Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Zero Kurasagi and I'm back here with another Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duels video, and today I have for you the Brain Dead Numeron deck. If you know what Numeron is, there's not really much ways you can different variations you can make with this deck, but without further ado, let's jump into the video and see what they hold.
Oh yes, and about your opponent, he's known to be quite dangerous.
That's right, Booby-Head! My mommy says I'm really strong! You hear me? I take guys like you and eat them for breakfast!
Alright, so the gist of this deck is going to be trying to get to your Numeron network. Numeron network will allow you to send your Numeron calling directly from the deck or your hand to the grave, and you can special summon your 4 Xyz monsters. So my version of this deck, I'm pretty much using this specific Kaiju because he is machine and because he is light, he is perfect to go for this deck. So I have a Kaiju Numeron deck. Lava Golem is in there if we just want to, if the opponent is special summoning a lot and we want to get rid of 2 monsters instead of 1, you have Lava Golem. If you have Lava Golem and a Kaiju, you can get rid of 3. So yeah, because he is light and machine, he can be affected by limited removal and Honest. So we're also running Honest in this deck because all of the Numeron monsters are light machines. So they can be affected with limited removal as well as Honest. Other cards in the deck, obviously, to block your opponent, to get your Kaijus out and like destroy the enemy's monster side of the field, destroy spell and trap card zones, and draw. That's pretty much it. You're obviously running 3 of these just to get to your field spell as fast as possible. So pretty much if you run into this, terraforming, or the field spell itself, you're pretty much good. You obviously have your Maxi to help you to draw, and you have your triple tactics talent to help you to draw. And if you're able to get these out on the field, you will also be using the Memories of Hope to draw, because you summon 4 Xyz monsters. It'll allow you to draw 4 cards. Not many decks allow you to do that. As far as the extra deck, I have 3. Well, actually, with number 4, I only have 2 in here instead of running 3. Obviously, you could run 3 of each one, but I feel like there should never come a time where you need to summon all these monsters 3 different times. If it gets to that point, you're probably not going to OTK and you need to come up with another solution. I'm only running 1 of the number C Numeron Chaos Gate. Typically, you don't win with this unless you have a blocker in your hand, the Numeron Wall, to keep yourself from dying so that it can summon itself the next turn, and that's only if the opponent doesn't destroy Numeron Network before it gets special summoned to the field. So it's very difficult to use this effect. It's kind of in there just in case type situation. Maybe like if you're going, say, turn 2 and you summon your 4 Numeron gates, you probably don't want to go into this on that turn. I would probably wait until maybe the second time you go into it, unless you have a Numeron Wall or something to protect you, so that he can come back out and you can get his full effect of doing damage to your opponent equal to the combined attack of all banished Xyz monsters. So if you had used the Numeron Network once, you would only have, because you would have to use 2 of them, you would only have, I believe, 2 in that are banished. So you would only do 2,000 damage. But if you wait until later, you'll have much more banished, and you can pretty much OTK with that. So there are many different ways of trying to OTK with this deck. If your Numeron Network fails, you have just trying to OTK with the 4 monsters by himself. If that fails, you have the Numeron C. If that fails, we also have 3 very powerful link monsters you could go into. Summoning 4 monsters is pretty good to do with 1 card, pretty much. So you can go into your Infinitrack, Fortress, Megaclops. This monster is unaffected by other monster effects. except Xyz monsters. It cannot be destroyed by battle except Xyz monsters. This deck is pretty good with dealing with opponents' monsters. Usually, unless you have somebody that runs like, heavy back row or cards like Lightning Storm or Regeki to destroy your monsters, you're pretty much set. But all these cards are good against monster effects. Him being pretty much unaffected by anything that's not Xyz. So if your opponent isn't running a lot of Xyz, this is pretty much a good card to come out, and usually people don't have an answer to it. Also, we have your Bow Goddess for negating monster effects. Obviously, using 4, you're going to get the full power from her from the 4 monsters used to make the link, and her quick effect is not a hard once per turn. You can use it over and over and over until you get the next turn. And then we have the Underworld Goddess. Because you have 4 monsters on the field, you can use your opponent's monster as an extra monster, just in case you didn't get into your kaiju and you have a powerful boss monster on your opponent's side of the field you want to get rid of. Boom, Underworld Goddess gets that done. These cards I feel like are essential in this deck, so I had to find a way to fit them in. So I think the extra deck for this deck is, there's no way you can fix this to make this any better. I think it's as good as it's gonna get. The main deck, I mean, you tell me. I think I did the best you could do with this deck. Obviously you want to go turn 2 with this deck. A lot of people don't have an answer, and they get caught off guard with the kaijus, and then you just OTK and you're pretty much good as golden. Unless you have somebody that's running like a heavy back rows, solemn judgments, ash blossoms to stop you from using your Numeron network, you're pretty much good. You'll pretty much probably end up winning the duel. That being said, this is a Kaiju Numeron deck, Numeron Kaiju deck, whichever way you want to put it. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section down below. Any tweaks or improvements you think I can make, or any deck ideas that you had that you thought were good. That being said, thanks for watching this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one.